guys, I'm working on a relax and paint today. It's all in the season, trying to get ready for the holidays, for gift giving or decorating your own house. And if you're a one-stroke painter or want to be a one-stroke painter, this is a perfect little project to start with relax and paint. I also want you to know, just change up the colors. Make it something that will match your house, even though it looks kind of like um, a Christmas wreath, but you can change the berries or the ribbon to make it year round in your house, right? So we're going to go into the studio and start right now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have a double loader and I've dampened this and put it over it so it would be still usable since last week. And we might have to add a few colors, but I've got my floating medium in the middle, which is right there, floating medium. We use that instead of water. I'm going to be using the white and the burnt umber, and I could have gone right there. And what I'm doing is I'm working it back and forth, and that's an angle brush. So there's the toe, there's the heel on the angle brush if you've never used it before. And we're going to come in here and pick up. So we're splitting the brush here, and then we don't split it over here. Then I go into floating medium and I work this in and back and forth, back and forth. And you do this quickly so it goes inside the bristles, okay? So there we are. Then I can keep dipping and flatten it out occasionally. All right. So I can decide how big I want this wreath. But one thing I do is I might do 4 fingers here. This is uh, 14 by 14 canvas. All right. And so you can also use, here's a 12 by 12. All right. And so all of those sizes, I actually get these at Michael's because they are there. You get a package for $12.99 with multiple wreaths. I mean, multiple canvases. All right. So what we're going to do is this is the heel. So we're leading with the heel, and whatever color you want to be prominent, you make the point. Okay, so see, I'm just going to come around there and give you an idea of what we're going to do there. Now, this is a grapevine wreath, so I got a little bit more medium just on the toe. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it about, let's see that I keep coming in here. I'm going to make it about that thick. All right, and so you're going to come around and you can feather it. See how it looks kind of feathered, and that helps it fill in. And right over here, we'll just have less. Over here, we're going to have the big bow. So, and some the greenery is going to flow from this side. Okay. So, and you want to stand up, not flat. You want to stand up like this on the point, see? And then we're going to pull. All right. I keep going over there in my loaded area. So we're going to pick this up and go right into this area. Now, what's going to happen, I can then pick up a little bit more, work it in again, get medium. Don't get medium too often unless you're on something really dry. Like I was working on some raw wood and it was kind of rough and rustic, and I had to get medium more often. All right, so there's our wreath. You want it to try to kind of get it the same size. All right, now what I like to do with this type of wreath is I like to come out and bring some little pieces of grapevine that would come out this way. All right, so just really loose. All right, see how I just wave it a little bit? Makes it look natural. Then we can come here, a little bit, twigs here and there. Now this is a white canvas that I did not base coat. If you're worried you might like to wipe some things off, if you're not sure, then base coat it with our paint, our white paint first. And these are how I sell the two under bundles. If you look at search on my website, onestroke.com, and hit bundles, it's most of the stuff I use here on the YouTube channel. And two things that we use the most in one stroke painting is floating medium because we don't use water and white. Okay, so I just want you to know that so you could base coat this with white. The beautiful thing about multi-surface paint is that it has a sealer in it, so you can use it indoor outdoor on glass, metal, mirrors, ceramic, canvas, anything you want. It's got that nice sealer already built into the paint because so many people say, what do I seal this with? And I usually don't ever worry about sealing it. Okay. So now see, there's your wreath. There's some little details that will make it look fun, just like that. Okay. Now, before we put a lot of greenery, I would like to put our bow on, all right? And maybe not the details on the bow, but we can see. All right, so we're going to use, let's use, the bigger the brush, the more paint it holds as we're going. Okay, so this is a 12 flat, all right? And I'm going to come to the red. This is apple red. See, it's been in there over a week and it's still nice and movable. All right, so I'm going to get some medium, and I don't have to split the brush because I'm only doing one color right now. All right, so I want you to see that I'm going to go chisel up on the tips of the bristles. Chisel. I'm going to go chisel, then I lay it down, and I can stand up, and I can come back here. All right, now I'm going to come on this side and I can push down and stand up. But right in here, I can push it, stand up, and come into there. All right. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to come right in here, pressure, stand up, and chisel that right back. A little bit more medium. And so I can have one that comes down like this, is flat, and then it comes up. All right, now I'll shade this so it won't look flat looking. Okay, but right now we're just going to let it dry. We're going to chisel, come down a little further. And you can just put the branches back over it some if you want them on top, but we want to wait till we do all the shading. Okay, medium and red. I'm going to come right here, push down, stand up, and we can come right in here. Okay, and then we'll have one more in here. Let's come right here. Okay, so I'm going to come back right here. All right, does that work so far? I can put a little bit of a ribbon in here. Let's see. Let's turn it down. There we go. And this one also can come here, push down, and line back up. So I can come in here with a little bit of brown. Let me show you. I can come right here and get some shading. Now this is just burnt umber. I'm going to tie a knot right there. But we can, let's go ahead and let's, with the red on our brush, let's pick up some licorice. And we can come right in here. I don't think I'm going to do it that way. I think I'm going to come across. Okay. Oops. All right, so little stripes of the licorice. I'm not going to put too much detail. I can stripe it the other way also. But what I'm trying to do is just getting that black and red stripe effect. I like the candy cane look. And that looks good also with red. Or you can put a couple of candy canes in here and not put anything on the ribbon. Okay. So if you let this dry, you just take floating medium and black licorice and then come and go right over the dry red. Okay. I don't know. I can put a little line in here to get a little bit more. Doesn't look quite as good. That gives you a little bit of a plaid effect. Just kind of play with it as you go. Because sometimes, like I'm saying, that's not what I thought it was going to look like. Okay. Okay. Right there. There's needs a little one right there. Okay. So that won't be a super focus on this. We can put some glares on it when it totally dries, like little white glares. I'm going to start with some green now. And we can do different types of evergreen or pine needles. I'm going to pick up a little bit of white over here. All right. So I can come right in here and we're going to keep picking up paint. So I keep going there to where it was loaded with some white. So green and citrus, come over here, maybe dip some white. Okay. Okay, so we can come in here. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. All right. Now we've got that one there. We can come up here a little bit and look like it's coming from inside the bow and over and touch over that just a little bit. See, I usually let this dry, but if you put lots of paint, you can do wet on wet with me, which means it's not totally dry yet, and I can still start painting because I have so much paint and there's lots of paint on the bow. All right. You can't go over a lot in the same spot though. Like I can just keep going here. There. All right, so that's like evergreen. If you put blue and the dark green, it can be like a blue spruce. That looks good too. So these are like little daisy strokes. I push, pull all the way in here. All right. Now I do want to come in with some really loose greenery. So let's get our uh, feather or rake brush. All right, I have a dark handle one, and this is the signature set. You can do either one. All right, and here's some that we did on practice start the other day. And so see, that's one that really shows up on black really well. Pine needles, and then little berries or whatever can be different colors. All right, now we're gonna take and dampen the rake. And then I can come in here and get some of these colors and maybe some floating medium. Floating medium does not make it inky, and sometimes we need inky, so we're using water. Only with a script liner and some of these brushes do we sometimes use water, you know. Other than that, use water to clean your brushes. All right, so I just want you to see, oops, that's really dry looking. So see, I can do pine needles right in there, and I can do um, little ones up here, and they're all coming from the spray. All right, this is just like a soap flower spray where, you build the ribbon. It's like we're painting the arrangement that was hung on the door. Okay, let's come up here with some white. All right, so we can add a little bits of white, the dark green and the light green. So see, the red's just dry enough that I can come across, but up there it did bring red with it. Okay, okay, let's bring some dark. And okay, all right. So some of the sprays where we got pine needles, but I just want to show you there's different kinds of evergreen. So let's get, put all the fan brushes somewhere else. There we are. Let's get some water and let's tap. I want to tap a little bit of blue and the green. Tap the chisel, okay? All right, so I'm going to come in here. I can lay it down a little bit. Okay. So this is like a fern kind of greenery, and it's just making it a little busier. All right, I can keep coming over here and tapping. All right, and then in the middle, let's get some medium and tap some more of that dark. All right, you see how I just want that fuller? So we're tapping the tip of the fan brush. Now in the signature set, all of these extra brushes come, but I have them in dark green, the one-stroke ones that are just the green handle, or in the signature set. But the rake and the fan and the 16 don't come in the value pack because I didn't have them. I hadn't had them created by then. So yeah, that just kind of filled in everything. Now, Now what I want to do is I want to make some branches for the berries. So the berries can sit on some of these branches and then we can decide if we want to add some more to it. So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you see how fun it can be. There's some, you can make big berries. These wood daubers, I have on a set of five. There's three little ones and two big ones. So if you're changing colors or whatever. So now just imagine you have a blue bow and blueberries, but on this one, I'm going to do the red berries. Okay. So if I do red and the small, all right. So I like to make it red. I do like to touch, oops, not that much. Okay. So I like to touch. So if we get red, and they've got a little highlight on them. Okay. Can you see that? So now what we're going to do is we're going to touch, spin, spin, twist. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in the same spot I was in before and I pick up red and I just need to dip the white again. Okay. All right. Now we're going to come right back to the spot where these are. Let's see. I'm going to have some in here. I'm going to twist. We want to twist with that white to still be there. All right, red, a little teeny bit of white. So see, I have the white kind of all on this bottom left side, and you twist it as you go. It's looking pink, so I can come back and just dab a little bit more red. There we go. Same thing out here. See, just a little bit more red. All right. I want to do the same thing again. Okay. You decide how many you want, how full you want it. Okay. Okay. So what do you think? We can take our fan brush now, and what I like to do is maybe let's put some gold out here. All right, let's get a plate, and we're going to, sorry. We're going to, oop, there we go. I just made a mess. All right, so we can use a toothbrush, show you two different ways. We can come in here like this. Oops. You see like this? And then we can take it and we can splatter it like this with a toothbrush. And that's fly specking, so we get a light amount on there. Or we can come right here with this fan brush. And I get a little water and we go like this. And we're going to take a handle of a brush. This does not pounce that way, pounces this way. And you can decide how much you want. And if you're on any kind of colored background, it can look like it's snow on here. All right. And and then I have to watch it because it goes all over me and my screen. All right. So be cautious about it. You can do it in a box or something if you're worried. Um, I can also show you this or some burnt umber with, so this was apple red, burnt umber, licorice, and white pretty much. All right, so I want you to see that I can come out here with these berries. That's got a drip of water. And make sure that they look like they're attached. And you can attach them with gold. All right. And you don't have to put them on every one. Okay. Okay, let's see. Just a few here and there. And you just don't want them floating out there. That's the only thing I try to make sure of. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring the bell, and it'll tell you when I'm doing a live or a special sale on my lives. I also paint all kinds of fun things during the lives that you might not want to miss. So ring the bell after you sign up, subscribe for free, and you get this and practice strokes every week plus my lives. All right, so we have new all the time. And during this season, lots of people find time to binge. And so this is a 2 script liner, and it just gives a little frill to your painting. So be looking out for Friday's new classes and go back and watch some of the ones. Just say bows, and it'll take you where you can search for bows and ribbons and find different ways to do those so you feel more comfortable with them. You can also come in here now and put, oh, that looks good. Put some gold down the ribbon. All right, so just break it up when you're doing that. That's going to help that look way better because it was looking pretty dark to me. All right, that's what we do with candy cane too. We take white stripes, not white, we'll take red or green. All right, so look. There you go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let me see. Be sure to join my Facebook group. It's Donna Dewberry's official Facebook group. And I have to tell you, you have to answer 2 questions, like, so we know you're real. And then it's private, so then you can join, and we do just 1 stroke on there. All right. And there you go. We're close to 40,000 one-stroke painters on there, so, or people learning 1 stroke, so come join us. All right, I hope you enjoyed. There you go, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.